Have you ever wondered about a place so mysterious, so powerful, that no one is allowed to climb it? Nestled high in the Tibetan Himalayas, Mount Kailash is not just another mountain. It's a place of unimaginable mystery, drawing both pilgrims and adventurers alike. Yet, for centuries, no one has been allowed to conquer its peak. But why? What's the secret behind Kailash's forbidden summit? Is it the sheer danger or something far deeper? Today, we're going to dive into the strange and mysterious secrets of Mount Kailash, a mountain that remains unconquerable, surrounded by legends, faith, and unexplained phenomena. And what's even more intriguing, it's considered sacred by millions across different religions. But can a mountain really hold that much power? For centuries, Mount Kailash has been much more than a towering peak. It's a sacred place, a symbol of spiritual power for four major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon. To Hindus, Kailash is the home of Lord Shiva, the god of destruction, transformation, and regeneration. Buddhists believe it is the abode of Demchok, a deity of bliss who protects the world. Jainism sees it as the place where their first spiritual teacher, Rishabhdev, achieved nirvana. And the Bon religion, which predates Buddhism in Tibet, holds Kailash as the center of the universe. Can you imagine a mountain holding so much significance to so many? To some, it's the very seat of the divine. To others, it's the link between the earthly world and the realm of gods. For those who follow these beliefs, the mountain isn't just rock and ice. It's a place of living power. In fact, to many, it is the center of the universe itself. This sacred energy is why the locals, the Tibetans and surrounding people, believe that no human should attempt to climb it, not because of its physical dangers, but because of the spiritual danger. Climbing Kailash would be an insult to the gods. Instead of climbing, people from around the world come to Mount Kailash to perform a ritual known as the Kora. This is a sacred pilgrimage where people walk around the mountain in a clockwise direction, circling it as a way to purify the soul and earn spiritual merit. It's said that completing just one round of the Kora can erase all your sins. And if you do it 108 times, you can reach enlightenment. This is not just a walk, it's a journey of spiritual significance, where every step brings you closer to the divine. Thousands of pilgrims each year, including people from countries as far as India and Nepal, make the journey to Kailash. But this isn't an easy trek. The high altitude, the bitter cold, and the harsh conditions make this pilgrimage extremely difficult. Yet they walk in reverence, not with the desire to climb the mountain, but to honor its sacredness. This brings us back to the question, why no climbing? Why is Kailash the only mountain in the world that remains completely off limits? Could it really be a divine rule that prevents climbers from ascending? Or is it something else entirely? As we've seen, Mount Kailash is sacred to millions, a symbol of divine energy that cannot be disturbed. But not everyone believes in the divine. So what really happens when someone dares to try and climb Kailash? In the next part, we'll explore the fascinating history of failed attempts and the tragic stories of those who tried to scale the peak, from climbers vanishing without a trace to expeditions that turned back in fear. The mountain's mystery deepens.
Have you ever noticed that almost every famous mountain has been climbed at least once? Mount Everest, K2, Annapurna. Even the most dangerous peaks have brave climbers trying again and again. But Mount Kailash is different. Here, the story is not about reaching the top. It's about never reaching it. In this part, we're diving into the strange history of people who tried to climb Kailash and why all those attempts stopped, almost as if the mountain itself said, enough. For a long time, Western explorers looked at Mount Kailash the same way they looked at Everest, another challenge to conquer. In the early 1900s, some European and British explorers began to map the Tibetan Plateau. They saw Kailash rising above the land like a perfect pyramid, surrounded by vast empty plains and high passes. To them, it looked like the ultimate prize. But even getting close to Kailash was difficult. The region is remote, the air is thin, and the weather can change in minutes. Snowstorms appear suddenly. Winds roar across the plateau with almost no warning. For climbers, that already makes it a serious risk. There are stories of early expeditions who approached the mountain, studied the ridges, and tried to plan a route to the top. But each time, something went wrong. Equipment failed. The weather turned violent. Team members fell sick at high altitude. Some turned back out of fear, others out of respect. And then something unusual happened. Mount Kailash slowly moved from being a climbing target to a climbing taboo. One of the most interesting things about Kailash is this. Today, it is one of the only major peaks in the world where climbing is completely banned. It's not like Everest where you just need a permit and money. For Kailash, there are no permits. Officially, you are not allowed to climb it. The government, local authorities, and religious leaders all agree on this. To them, Kailash is not a playground, it's a holy site. Allowing people to climb it would be like letting tourists climb onto the roof of a temple during prayer. There are also famous stories of modern climbers who were offered the chance to climb Kailash and refused. Some mountaineers, even world-class ones, have said things like, "I've climbed many dangerous peaks, but I will not climb Kailash." Some places are not meant to be touched. Imagine that. People who risk their lives on icy walls and deadly cliffs suddenly saying no to this one mountain. Is it just respect? Or is there something else they felt there? But the most chilling part isn't just the rules, it's the pattern. Whenever someone has tried to get too close to the idea of climbing Kailash, something seems to block the way. Some teams report sudden violent storms that appear only around the mountain. Others experience strange feelings, dizziness, fear, and intense pressure, like the mountain is pushing them away. There are also whispered stories among locals and pilgrims of people who bragged about climbing Kailash and then fell sick, had accidents, or abandoned the idea after strange dreams or visions. Are these just coincidences? Maybe. High altitude can make people hallucinate. The weather in the Himalayas really is unpredictable. But when these stories repeat over and over, they start to sound less like accidents and more like warnings. So today, if you visit Mount Kailash, you will see something very unique. All around the mountain, thousands of people walk in a circle, praying, chanting, and bowing. But no one touches the peak. No flags on the summit, no ropes fixed to the ridges, no photos from the top. Only silence, only snow, only the untouched crown of the mountain. It's almost as if the world has made an unspoken agreement. We will walk around you, we will honor you, but we will not step on your head. So why does no one climb Mount Kailash? Yes, the terrain is dangerous. Yes, the conditions are extreme. Yes, there are strict rules and bans. But if we're being honest, there is also fear. Not the fear of falling, but the fear of crossing a line. The fear of disturbing something sacred, something old and powerful that we don't fully understand. And that fear, mixed with respect, has done what no avalanche, no storm, and no cliff has ever done on any other mountain. It has kept the summit empty. But that's only half the story. because behind the rules and failed attempts, there are legends, stories of gods who live on the peak, guardians who punish those who try to climb, and strange, mystical events that happen only around Kailash. In the next part, we'll go deeper into those stories, the myths, the curses, and the supernatural tales that turn this mountain from dangerous into something truly otherworldly.
What if the mystery of Mount Kailash isn't just about its physical dangers, but about the power it holds? The strange things that happen around the mountain aren't just from the weather or altitude. There are legends, powerful stories passed down for centuries, told by the people who live closest to it. In Hinduism, the peak is believed to be the home of Lord Shiva, the god of destruction and regeneration. But did you know that for some, Shiva isn't the only force watching over Kailash? Local myths speak of other powerful beings guarding the mountain. Some say there's a serpent, a massive, almost mythical creature who strikes down anyone foolish enough to disturb the mountain. Is it possible that these ancient stories hold a key to Kailash's mystery? Could there really be something guarding the mountain, waiting to stop those who try to climb it? One of the most fascinating tales comes from local Tibetan folklore, the serpent guardian of Kailash. According to the myth, a gigantic serpent coils around the peak, guarding it with a fierce, protective energy. Locals believe that this serpent will punish anyone who dares to climb Kailash. Some say it will swallow them whole. Others believe it will curse them, leaving them lost and forever wandering the mountain. The serpent is said to be a divine creature, a manifestation of Kailash's power. It's not a physical beast, but rather a spiritual presence, a reminder that the mountain is sacred, not to be approached lightly. This punishment doesn't just come from a serpent. The stories tell us that divine forces themselves keep the mountain untouched. People who have dared to approach the summit, even those who thought they could conquer it, report strange things happening to them. One such story is of a climber who, after boasting about his plan to summit Kailash, fell gravely ill with no explanation. Others claim they had nightmarish dreams the night before their planned ascent, warning them to turn back or face death. But it's not just about illness or dreams. Some say there's an eerie energy around Kailash. Pilgrims tell of hearing strange sounds, seeing lights dancing around the mountain at night, and feeling a powerful presence watching them from above. Then there are the unexplained lights. Pilgrims who walk around Kailash at night sometimes report seeing mysterious glowing orbs hovering near the summit or dancing around the slopes. Is it the spirit of Shiva, or some other force linked to the mountain's divine status? These lights have been seen by many, including those who've trekked the Kora for decades. One particular sighting that stands out comes from an elderly monk who claimed he saw 3 golden orbs appear just above the peak at dawn. He believed these lights were the spirits of gods coming down to guard the mountain, a message for those who sought to climb it. After his experience, he swore never to speak of it again. But these lights aren't just beautiful. Many believe they're omens, signs from the gods warning climbers to turn back. There's a belief in the region that Kailash's divine presence is so powerful it can cause terrible storms when it's angered. These aren't ordinary storms, no, these are violent, sudden blizzards that appear out of nowhere, forcing climbers to retreat before they even get close. One climber in the 1990s reported being struck by a fierce storm just miles from the base. The winds were so strong that they destroyed his camp and his equipment. His team barely escaped with their lives, and he swore that Kailash itself had been responsible. Is it possible that there's something more than weather at play here? Some claim that the storms, the strange lights, and even the feeling of being watched are all part of Kailash's divine protection, a warning to keep out. These are just some of the legends that surround Kailash. But what if the truth is even stranger? In the next part, we'll take a closer look at the scientific theories behind Kailash's mystery. Is it all just folklore?
Or is there something in the mountain's very nature that makes it impossible to climb? We've heard the legends, the stories of gods, serpents, and strange lights. But could there be another explanation for the mystery surrounding Mount Kailash? Some might say it's all superstition, folklore passed down through generations. Others believe there's a deeper, more scientific explanation. Is Mount Kailash truly protected by divine forces, or does something about its very physical nature make it so impossible to climb? Today, we'll take a closer look at the scientific theories that could explain the strange phenomena and the mountain's impenetrable mystery. Let's start with the mountain's geological structure. Mount Kailash sits at the heart of the Tibetan Plateau, an area that's tectonically active. This region is part of the Great Collision between the Indian and Eurasian plates, which created the Himalayas. The mountain is made of hard, ancient rock, formed millions of years ago by the crushing forces of these tectonic plates. This makes Kailash incredibly difficult to climb, even for the most experienced mountaineers. Its steep slopes and jagged edges are treacherous, but that's only part of the story. The seismic activity in the region also plays a huge role in the mountain's dangerous nature. Frequent earthquakes, along with the instability of the surrounding rocks, mean the environment is constantly shifting. What makes Kailash stand out, however, is the electromagnetic energy that some scientists believe could be disrupting both equipment and human senses. Mount Kailash is positioned in a region of the world where the Earth's magnetic fields are particularly strong and erratic. Some researchers believe that these electromagnetic anomalies could explain the strange experiences climbers and pilgrims report. Imagine this. You're climbing a mountain, your compass suddenly starts spinning wildly, and your GPS completely loses signal. This isn't just a mistake. It could be the mountain's magnetic field affecting your instruments. But what if this magnetic energy affects humans too? Some mountaineers have described dizziness, nausea, and an overwhelming sense of disorientation when they get close to the peak. Could the electromagnetic forces be interfering with our minds and bodies, making it even harder to climb? And then there's the weather. Mount Kailash sits in a high-altitude, cold environment subject to extreme weather changes. One minute it's calm and sunny, the next a violent snowstorm can strike out of nowhere. The high winds and low temperatures make climbing dangerous for even the most experienced climbers. And with so much unpredictability in the atmosphere, it's easy to see why people might start to believe there's something supernatural at play. So what is the truth behind the mystery of Mount Kailash? Is it the supernatural forces protecting it? Or is it simply the mountain's unique geological and environmental characteristics that make it nearly impossible to climb? The truth is, it might be a bit of both. Kailash is a mountain that challenges both the mind and the body, and whether it's the forces of nature, the electromagnetic anomalies, or something much deeper, it remains a place where few can venture. But perhaps that's the way it was meant to be. Mount Kailash isn't just a geographical peak, it's a spiritual one, a place that defies explanation, calling out to those who seek it, but never letting them touch its summit. Maybe the greatest mystery of Kailash isn't its height, but the fact that it remains untouched, unconquered, even by the boldest explorers. What do you think? Is there more to Mount Kailash than meets the eye? Or is it just the most mysterious mountain on Earth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more stories of the world's most mysterious mountains.